How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. First thing I want to say is I'm supposed to go do a thing today. I've decided that I was going to put it off till tomorrow, so there will be no morning coffee tomorrow because I'm going to go do a thing. I think I better do it earlier than I was trying to do it today. I think it would have been a bad idea to do it at the time that I was doing it at today. I would probably have not, it wouldn't have worked out. So there will most likely not be a morning coffee tomorrow because I'm going to go do the thing that I was going to go do today that I did not do tomorrow. With that being said, I have a lot to talk about. First thing I want to say is we will be doing roll call at the 5-minute mark. That's one. Two is, do y'all remember yesterday, literally last night, we were having a discussion. The name of the video is, I believe, why Young Thug is not going to get bombed. I had a gentleman come up in here. Shout out to Ben Roman. Salute. I fucks with you. Don't get this confused. The arguments why I was making, why Young Thug would not get bombed, is literally the reasons why the judge said Gunna is not gonna get bombed. So I understand there's a idea that if it's not a me thing, it's if somebody is doing YouTube like what we're doing here, and there's an idea that to create conversation, we're going to be on a polarizing end of whatever the narrative or whatever whatever is being spoken, and I'm not saying that that is not always correct. Sometimes that's a good way to go about it. Don't get this confused. But what I'm saying is sometimes the conversation that we have that we're having is so obvious or it's so one-sided that we don't really need to discuss the what ifs because the what ifs is so incredible that what we can do to build conversation is try to discuss what's the next steps. So that's usually what I'm trying to do. What do we think is going to be the next step that's going to happen? And that's why often on this channel I'm telling you about what's going to happen before it happens. I'm not here discussing with you my opinions on matters. I'm here discussing with you facts a majority of the time. And then I'm discussing with you where do we think things are going to go. Now with that being said, the same arguments that I had for why I did not believe that Young Thug was going to get bond is the same thing that the judge said. We're going to be discussing that today. Another thing that we're going to be discussing is, just so we can be clear, exactly why the judge is deeming Gunna so dangerous. As of right now, all of these accusations that are made about anyone that hasn't actually went to court yet and had anything proven, they're all just that, accusations. They're allegations. They aren't anything that are substantiated with any kind of evidence or proof that we have all looked at and then deemed that this is the quality that we can now say that this person is guilty of something, just so we can be clear. So when we speak about these rappers, I'm in no way saying that these rappers are 100% guilty and or innocent. I'm usually just talking about whatever the evidence that the authorities is saying that they have against them. So I just want this to be clear. I am not saying, oh man, that dude did do the shooting. I'm saying, wow, the police is saying that this guy did the shooting, and the police is saying that this is the evidence, this is the evidence, this is the evidence, and this is the evidence. And then we're discussing what that evidence is going to do in court. Give me 1 minute, I'm going to be right back, and then when I come right back, we're going to do roll call. I don't think there's any comments, so I don't know. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that too much, and I'm going to be able to get right into the shows. I was expecting to maybe have a guest tonight. I wasn't 100% sure If the guests do pop up, I'm gonna then amend the title later. If the guest actually pops up, I am expecting a guest tonight. Let's see what happens. Let me do roll call real quick, and then let's get to the show. Oh, we do got some comments over here. You guys are the best. We got 33 people in here. Let's see if we can get at least 10 likes, and then see if we can send out some notifications. Shout out to Rude. Don't nobody see them dots. Jones. For everybody that wonders why I say don't nobody see them dots. One time, Rude Jones tried to come in here and put the R dot, a J dot, and then a U dot because it's not supposed to be whatever the fuck that spells. It's supposed to stand for something, but you know, we ignored those dots. So I do the Jedi mind trick. Rule, don't nobody see them dots. Jones. He says salute BB and family for a salute. You already know what it is. I really do appreciate the people that have been around for a long time, and I'm able to create this dichotomy between me and you, that I could be able to relate to you on such a level that we have inside jokes, because I really do love that, and that helps the show go, and sometimes that helps me be able to keep the motivation, and it also helps with my imagination and creativity when we're doing the show, whenever you guys pop up and you give comments. So you have no idea how grateful I am when you are a part of this community for a long period of time, whether you do drops, whether you hit the like or not. If you come in here and you're doing the comments that are worth me reading, and you're showing me your personality, and you're allowing for me to be able to show you my personality, and that's all great. And so I'm going to say this now, and I'm going to try to be better at this. I'm going to try to be more understanding when people make comments. I understand that sometimes you guys are joking, and I understand that other times, sometimes you guys are just trying to argue the other side of the conversation. I gotta understand it. I'm trying to be better at that. But on those moments that I'm not better at that, understand I'm trying. With that being said, let's go. What up, 456 Casino? He says, let's get it. Popin? Shout out to Deshaun Washington. He says, salute. He's throwing the muskers. He said he's a whole ape over years. It said it's easy. Says Frost, what up, man? Good evening, my brother. Hope you're doing well. What up, sons? The Father's TV says here, chilling, doing all of the things. Shout out to Arthur D Glass. He says good evening, BBN fam. Salute. You already know what it is. Dropping all of those Frost. Says what I shout out to Jay Hodges. He says salute, BBN fam. And Jack Frost. What up, Brian Redden says what's up, Frost gang. Can you really believe that Gunna and Young Thug right now? I'm gonna tell you one thing, and I'm gonna be 100% clear on this. What I keep saying is this, and I'm never gonna stop saying this. It's the violence, it's the murder, and it's the death. It's the violence, and it's the murder, and it's the death. Now, I'm going to say something during this video. And when I say this thing during this video, you're going to have a better understanding about why I personally do not think that Young Thug is going to be a free man anytime soon, no matter what happens on any of court. He's not going to get bond. He's better not take this to trial. I pray he doesn't pretend like he might be able to win this. And that they offer them something worth being offered, because at the end of the day, whether they did these crimes or not, I'm gonna say a couple of things, and I put a lot of Sometimes the government is BANs. Sometimes the government knows people are doing certain crimes that are costing individuals their lives and their freedom, and they'll sit by and just watch and won't do nothing. I consider that also being complicit. If you're saying that these dudes is responsible for 50 plus murders, you trying to tell me you couldn't try to lock somebody up when they got to 30 plus? What the fuck? How about 40 plus? What happened? There was 40 murders that you considered these dudes to be responsible for, and y'all was just like, you know what? We don't think we got them yet. So I'm not gonna stand here and act like the government is not totally absolved of responsibility when all of these tragedies happen in our hood. So let's just be aware of that. That's what I'm saying. So while we're condemning people who are actually found and proven to be guilty of crimes, we have to also understand that there are crimes that could have actually have been prevented but weren't, because they had to make sure they put these people in jail. So they had to let them commit 30 and 40 more crimes. Sometimes create hundreds of more victims. either because the people were directly inflicted by the trauma, pardon me, by the event, or because they're living through the aftermath of the trauma. Copy? So I just want us to be extremely lucid of that. You understand? I just want us to be here and lucid of that. I want us to understand that while we're having this conversation. We're at the 10-minute mark, so it's time to go. Check this out. Listen and pay attention. Shout out to Ben Roman. I was kind of hard on him yesterday. I want to apologize about that. But what we have to understand is we want to have these conversations when we're talking about this under the umbrella of allowing for the next generation to understand why these things isn't worth being done. So when we're busy talking about the overwhelming evidence and somebody says there's still a glimmer of hope, I'm against that, because I want the next generation to really understand we're not on that type of energy. We're not going to say let's do heinous crimes as long as there's a glimmer of a chance we could get away with it. So that's the energy that I'm trying to avoid, with all due respect. With all due respect. Alright? Just so we can be clear. So check this. Listen and pay attention. The government is saying that Gunna was a shot caller. I'm going to explain to you what is a decision maker and a shot caller. Because you could be a shot caller, which is normally a decision maker, but you really just a shot caller because the person that's actually making the decisions is sending you out to get the orders. They have a specific telephone conversation between Gunna and Thug. First of all, the name is dope. Young Thug's name is dope. He should have been just dropped the Young years ago and just went by straight up Thug on everything. For real, for real. Was he doing that? I don't know. Am I the only one still calling him Young Thug? I don't know. But he should just went by Thug a long time ago. That shit is hard. Anyway. There's a specific conversation that they have where Thug is telling Gunna to do a thing, to go past a message to another person so that person will do a thing. Once the police heard that, that makes Gunna top in the organization. Now I'm about to say something real quick. This is why I know that there is no way that Thug is going to be getting back Brown. And I just figured this out today. I saw something today and it clicked. Do y'all have you seen Young Thug's? Young Thug had an interview that he did with, I believe it was Breakfast Club. And in the interview, but he has a couple of interviews. I saw more than one. But in the interview, they basically ask him about his past or whatever. And he basically says that, you know, there's something that happened that he's going to be running from for the rest of his life. Now, rewind back to 2014. In 2014, Thug rented a car that in 2015, or leased a car, one of the two, that in 2015, that car was used in the commission of a murder. That's how the fucking whole fucking investigation started, as far as the police is saying. The police started watching him in 2014, but they said that they got aware of them in 2012, or they got started in 2012. But the police always know when all of these gangs start. When they start actually keeping a dossier on you, investigating you, looking into you, minding your business and shit, is a totally different time. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's a ton of little 5, 6 group dudes running around somewhere getting involved in shit, and then the next thing you know, they all get killed and their gang is gone. You understand what I'm saying? So they're not keeping big ass files on every little Tom, Dick, and Harry. But once you start actually going, they keeping record of you. So 2014, I'm guessing Thug was in jail in 2014. Pardon me, in 2012. I'm guessing he was in juvie or some shit. I don't know. But in 2012 is when they're saying that the gang started. Also, remember, many gangs actually do start in the prison. And if it did start in the jail, then that would even make more sense about how they would know the exact timeline of when the shit actually started. Just so we could be clear. So they would know when it started, even though they didn't actually start investigating them into about 2014, 2015. Because what they said was between 2015 and 2022, they was involved with over 50 plus murders. So that leads me to believe that between 2012 and 2015, they weren't watching them, although they did know of their existence. You understand what I'm saying? They might have found out about their existence retroactively, but they didn't actually start their investigation on them or actually start watching them until 2015. That's when they started clocking the murders. Matter of fact, that might be the first murder that they started actually watching them, might be the murder that involved the car, and that's one of the main reasons in which why they saying that Thug is the top of the food chain, because he was responsible for having something to do with the people going to kill that person. No, hold on. I'm not saying, I think, just so we can be clear, they don't have over 50 bodies. They're responsible for 50 plus murders. Meaning, they created situations that, those situations that they created have resulted in 50 plus murders. You understand? But they didn't do all the murdering. Some of the murdering was done by the people that they're murdering. Ted Turner said, yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Hold on, stop everything. This is the, check this. That Georgians never fear for blacks if they get locked up. So, stop. So, you mean that, just so we can be clear, how are they not being fair to Gunna and Thug before I answer that? I just want to be clear that I'm hearing this correctly. You understand? Because they say I'm hard on people when they do comments. So I'm trying to be a lot more patient. Because I'm not meaning to disrespect people. So I'm trying to be a lot more patient. So explain to me what you're saying before I decide if I'm going to handle this. While I decide how I'm going to handle this. I'm just saying. While I'm deciding how I'm going to handle this. That's all I'm saying. Just, first of all, y'all know how I hate when people try to come in here and make things about race. That's one. Two, I'm black. And I think that if any group of people were responsible for 50 plus murders between 2015 and 2022, and the police is thinking this, whether it's true or not, the police think this, so the police arrest them and investigate them, or whatever the hell was going on. I would think that that would be responsible of the police if they thought that. I'm not saying that these people are responsible for anything, or police might be lying. Who the fuck knows? But if they thought this and they had reasonable reason to think this, I would hope that they would investigate. I don't know what anybody else thinks. I don't know what anybody else thinks. You're not blocked. You're just not making comments that I care to read. I'm not disrespecting your comments. I'm not saying anything disrespectful to you, and I'm letting you comment. I don't have to read your comment, homie. You're not blocked. If you want me to say your comment, make a comment worth me saying. No disrespect, but you're just making weird ass accusations. I don't feel like reading them. That's that. So I just got a question. I believe they gave Gunna a date of January 3rd, I think, 2023. Lil Bounce is BB and salute to you. Salute to you. I think they gave Gunna a trial date of January 3rd, 2023, no bond, right? Who here thinks they're gonna give Young Thug bond? If you think they're gonna give Young Thug bond, put a red or a stop sign. If you think they're not gonna give Young Thug bond, put a frost in the chat. I want to know who think they're gonna give Young Thug bond. They didn't give Gunna bond. They're saying Young Thug is higher in the organization than Gunna. The main reason why the judge, one of the reasons why the judge actually said why they didn't want to give Gunna bond is because they didn't want witness intimidation. My dude, now do you understand why I'm like, could we just have a conversation expanding on what we already know? Expanding on what we already know? Can't we do that? My dude, I at this point, the fuck? I gotta listen to something real quick. I don't know what this is. I'm gonna turn this. Okay, person. Okay. Oh, wowzers. Who's that? Okay, hold on. Am I gonna follow this person? I think I'm gonna follow this person. Am I gonna? Okay. Yep. I'm definitely a butt guy. I like the legs. I'm gonna follow this person. Give me 1 second. I need to hear something. 1 second, we're back. Alright. I had to just listen to that real quick. It was important. I'm sorry about that. I had to stop everything. It was a thing. Back to what we talking about. Artie Glass. Yo, look, so the judge said that they do not want to give bond to Gunna. I'm about to tell you a thing. Listen. They said they do not want to give bond to Gunna because they believe that it's going to be a witness intimidation issue. That's what they said. Hold on, Johnny K. That's a good comment. Listen and pay attention. So, if Gunna's under Thug, if they're saying Thug is giving Gunna orders to give to other people, and see, this is what I be trying to say. Everything that I'm saying, I know I be stopping and talking and shit like that, but everything that I'm saying for a reason, and it all correlates. A minute ago, I explained. They're saying that they have Thug telling Gunna to go give somebody else an order. That puts Thug over Gunna. Now they're saying that Gunna is not going to get bond. They just push Thug's bond back. You want a bond hearing back. It's an emergency bond hearing. They pushed it back. I'm not 100% sure why they pushed it back, but I'm going to assume they pushed it back so they can try to get more people to come advocate for Young Thug, get more letters to the judge, get more people saying, please let him out. You got to let him all the way out. He's really a good guy. I don't think none of this is going to sway the judge. This is just my opinion. And I think after that, they're going to set his date. What I want to know is this. Are they trying them together? I assume so, right? Because remember this, Doug is also involved. Pardon me. Gunna is also named, I believe. If I'm not, I'm not 100% sure on this. I heard this somewhere. I might be. They might be wrong. I might be wrong for saying this, but listen. Gunna's also supposed to be involved with the situation that happened in Thug's house with the guns and the drugs, but Gunna wasn't there. How? Remember, Gunna turned himself in a couple of days later. How? So that means that they know what the guns and the drugs in the house was for? I'll explain this. Listen, I'm going to rewind. Listen, pay attention. I heard somewhere that Gunna is also on... Exactly, Tyson Garcia. I heard somewhere that Gunna is also on the case that has to deal with the guns and the drugs that was found in Thug's crib. If that's so, Gunna wasn't at the crib when they arrested Thug. That means that they knew what the guns and the drugs was for already before they got there. That's the only way that they could also line up a person involved in it that ain't there when they did the arrest. Right? What, somebody spoke after the fact? Who? Thug was the only one there. Thug told on Gunna? Tyson Garcia said wiretaps. I agree. Johnny K said at this point, I don't think they even gonna give them a plea deal. It's all or nothing, especially if they get the lawyer or Thug case. I don't think they're offering them anything. I've said that already. I don't think there's a plan to offer them anything. I don't think they plan on... I think they want to prosecute everyone. I think they want to prosecute everyone. They want to prosecute YFN. They want to prosecute YSL. They want to prosecute those Mexican drug cartels they about to go after next. I think they want to prosecute everyone. Period. I don't think they have any plans on working out a deal with anyone. I think they want to flex their muscle. That's what I think. I might be wrong. But I already said this. That's how come I know they're not going to get bond. They're not giving nobody nothing. They want to flex their muscle because their lawyer is telling them they not giving you guys, they don't want to talk to us. I reached out. They don't want to talk to us. They don't want to know what we want to do about nothing. They want to go to trial. If you was out, and also remember, listen, pay attention. The whole reason why you want to get bond is so you can make your lawyer play with the courts and push your trial date back forever. You understand? But if you locked up, there's no incentive for you to keep pushing the trial date back. You already locked up. You understand what I'm saying? So, and on top of that, your money gonna run out. And when you free, shit, you could do shit and actually get even to more bags than before you got in trouble. Tori Mosley said OG Nut was an informant and YFN Lucci's OG. YSL whacking him was the last straw. You didn't hear that from me. Thug didn't have a bond hearing because of the law conflict of interest. You talking about with his lawyer? That's why they pushed it back? That's all that is just legal mumbo jumbo paperwork shit, man. I'm telling you, that's all legal mumbo jumbo paperwork shit. Alright, so I'm going to tell you what the problem is as far as that is concerned. So, Young Thug's current lawyer most likely also was lawyering for some other dudes doing some stuff, right? So, he can't be representing Young Thug, they're saying, because he already got intimate details of these other guys' criminal history. And he might use the information that he knows about those other guys' criminal history to help his client in this case, who ain't those guys. So they're like, that's a conflict of interest, man. You can't do that. But 9 times out of 10, they could just have those guys sign a thing and just wave it off and be like they don't care. You understand what I'm saying? Like they could just sign the thing. The same thing happened in Tekashi case. They call it something else though, but it's conflict of interest. But legally they call it something else though. But we call it a conflict of interest. But like legally they call it some other shit. Like you gotta go to a certain hearing. I forgot what the name of the hearing is. I went to one of those hearings. It was a 100% plan. They look. I don't know if that OG dude nut was an informant or not. I don't know nothing about that. But what I will say is this: the worst thing you can do is kill an informant. Because they're never gonna get off of you. They're never gonna get off you, especially if the informant was a good informant. They ain't never gonna get off you. Never. They never gonna get off you. I don't know what to tell you. So you dudes that's out there telling people to kill rats and kill snitches and all this other shit, when your clique, your gang, your fucking organization, your community go kill one of these freaking informants, one of these plants, specifically a plant. You kill a plant, it's a rat. You kill a snitch, it is what it is. You might be able to, you know what I'm saying? You kill a plant, somebody that they invested in, you understand? See, a snitch is somebody they just come by. A plant, they invested in that person. After that person finished doing whatever he doing over there, he got some business to go do over there. You got to help them, that other branch of the organization on that other side of town. You understand? A plant is a fucking, one of their most, you know what kind of balls of steel a motherfucker gotta have to be a plant? You know what kind of balls of steel a nigga gotta have? You gotta be, it takes a special kind of person to be able to successfully do that. You literally gotta be a sociopath. Like if you sociopathic, it's gonna make it easier. It's gonna come right to you. CEO Chris. Tori Mosley said, Vlad interviewed an Atlanta crime beat writer today who's followed the trial for years, and they revealed OG Nut was an informant for years. He was the wrong person to whack. Boom. See? Oh, you talking about the dude that the guy was just talking about a minute ago. You talking about, I don't know who you talking, the other guy that was just in here that was saying a whole bunch of crazy stuff that I wasn't reading his comments. But I wasn't going at him either. See? Boom. See? Told you. Change. Johnny K says, when the DA hands over the discovery package, his team is not going to know what to do. 50 bodies. They said it's on the table. This is important to the culture. The 50 bodies is not only YSL. They're just saying that YSL was a party to situations that 50 bodies was the result of. Shout out to Latoya Hicks. Said greetings. So I'm going to say it like this, right? They put his date off to January 3rd. That's going to be the first day back to court. The new year. Plants are always dangerous. There's no telling what any plant has ever done. There's no real telling. I will say this much. That's saying the OG nut guy. I will say this much. Listen, pay attention. I will say this much. Listen, pay attention. If they whacked him because if they hit him because, I keep saying whack. Fuck it, we gonna keep saying whack. If they whacked him because they knew he was an informant, then they know why the police is on them, and they know they're not gonna get out of this. They know it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they know it. Like, they know it. Like, this can't even be a... Like, if you know the police pulled up... What is... If you know the... Give me a second. If you know the police pulled up, just so we can be clear, if you know the police pulled up because you killed an informant, you know they watching everything that you're doing. You know what? That's how they had his phone tapped. That's how they had his phone tapped. They probably was able to keep getting his phone tapped forever. Just off of the strength of he's believed to have killed an informant. What judge isn't gonna sign off on that wiretap until the end of time? What judge? Matter of fact, I could tell you what judge was probably signing the paperwork for the wiretaps. I could literally tell you which judge was doing it. Y'all want to know which judge was doing it? I could literally tell you which judge was signing the paperwork for the wiretaps. Does it even work like that? No, it can't work like that. I was going to say the judge that they kept saying, we got to wait to see if he's going to give him bond. You know how all the judges kept saying, we can't give him bond. You got to go talk to that other judge. And then they go in front of the other judge and they be like, we can't give you bond. I would though. I would 100, if it was up to me, you'll be going home with your family. But that other judge, you got to go see him first. Remember, there's 2 judges said some weirdo shit like that, right? Am I wrong, or did 2 judges say that? I might be wrong. There we go. I hope that's good. I might be wrong, but didn't 2 judges say that? 2, right? The judge that they might have been saying that you got to go in front of him might be the judge that they had to. That's why nobody wanted to give bond, because that judge has been on their ass for the last how many years? Waiting. Tory Mosley said the Atlanta Journal says Young Thug knew they were coming and kept nothing illegal on him. They only found stuff in the house. He was ready for the RICO to drop and was getting his affairs in order. Okay, that's believable. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. It's crazy. That was the judge. I promise you. I mean, I can't know this for certain, and I don't know if that's even legal. But it sounds like that might be the judge, and that's why all the other people was like, nah, you gotta go in front of that judge, because that judge was like, no, I want to see these motherfuckers. That judge was like, nah, I want to see these motherfuckers. They gotta come in front of my court. just for him to deny them. After all of them years of him seeing the evidence that was coming across of why he had to keep giving fucking wiretaps. Tory Mosley said, they said Lil Durk might be next after the O Block raid. I think America in general is coming after all of the rappers that is putting money into the hood in any form. But it makes it easier for them to come after individuals that's doing it illegally. You understand? Like, they're cool with you opening up a McDonald's. It's a McDonald's. But what happens when you bring something into the hood that's going to beautify the hood in a way that's going to empower the community? Like, so they're against that in general, but they're definitely going to come at you if you're doing illegal shit, and rightfully so. Zixta says, nah, but you said this years ago, Jack. Which thing did I say, Zixta? What up, Zixta? How you doing? Johnny K says, I think it's only a first appearance judge. They wanted the Superior Court judge to handle the bond issues. These lawyers knew that. That's why they weighing lawyer judges to make the decision. Look, I'm not arguing any of those points. But two things can be right. Two, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be one or the other, correct? Also, your thing is probably quantifiable. My thing is just, I'm just throwing darts at the board. So your thing is probably way more plausible than my thing, just so we can be clear. It just makes sense because they're doing that. They just did that shit too dramatic. Like, they're really trying to make the shit dramatic. Like, they're really trying to get the drama up. Yo, I think they trying to really, court is really trying to be the, niggas is really taking this social media shit for real, court. Yo, do you see what's going on with the fucking Amber Heard case? The Amber Heard Johnny Depp case? Like, these people are loving being on television, man. I'm telling you. These people are loving being on YouTube, Instagram. They loving it. Do you know that the fucking the lawyer for Johnny Depp now, apparently she's famous? There's people wanting to hug her and take pictures with her and shit. She's a lawyer. She is fine though. Nothing. I would take pictures and hug her. Zigzag said to be prepared for the attack of these Ricos back. Yep, I told everybody. That's a fact. Matter of fact, I started telling people they was coming when the situation happened with, it was at the same time. Boom, you're right. It's 100% happened at the same time. The Junior Velez situation, and when 6ix9ine was winding down to getting ready to get arrested and all that. That was all the same summer, wasn't it? So boom, yeah, you're 100% right. Damn, I caught fire that summer. Yeah. I caught fire that summer. It's not that I really caught fire as much as I was doing the same. I'm on point about the same amount of time as I've always been. Like, I'm not less on point now. It's just, it is what it is. I'm not less on point now. It's just, I think back then this is how I felt. Back then when I was doing the content, people came to do the content with me. Now when I do the content, people come to try to figure out what's wrong with what I'm saying. So it's just different. It's just a different energy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I shouldn't feel that way, but I be feeling like that. Like, before we tried to do the content, people came in here, they was trying to do the content with me more than not. Now it doesn't feel the same. I'm not saying that it isn't the same. Tyson Garcia says Johnny Depp lawyer is the woman version of Johnny Cochran. She's been doing an incredible job. Okay, so basically the other guy is actually the lawyer, the dude. She's one of the lawyers, But they're using her because it just sounds better, especially when you examining Amber Heard with a woman saying it rather than with a guy saying it, because you know Amber Heard was gonna play a victim if a dude was gonna stand up there and talk to her. So with the woman talking to her rather than to a guy talking to her, she wasn't able to play with the words and get tricky with it. Because you know what I'm saying? When people ain't telling the truth, they always want to try to work your emotions. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they'll say something and be like, you know he's crazy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, but wait, hold on. But the thing you said you didn't need to say the other thing if the thing you were saying was quantifiable. If the thing you were saying made sense. If the thing you were saying was on point, you ain't need to tell me that there was something wrong with the guy. Why are you telling me there's something wrong with the guy? That makes me feel fishy about everything you're saying now. The fuck is you talking about? Tori Mosey says 6ix9ine and his new crew been real quiet since the Rico's drop. Laugh out loud, he know better. If I was 6ix9ine, I wouldn't say anything, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because so many more people just might get ready to be getting arrested. You know what I would do if I was 6ix9ine? On some real shit. I'm gonna tell you what I would do. This would benefit me, but I'll tell you what I would do. I'd be like, yo, on some real stupid shit. I'd be like, why don't we get Jack Frost to that fucking trial? You know how Jack Frost did that trial on me? And he did a really good job in breaking it down? Why don't I have Jack Frost go in there? You know what I'm saying? Let's fly Jack Frost down to fucking Atlanta and put him up in the courtroom. Make sure see and let him do that case. That's what I would do. I mean, that would benefit me, don't get it wrong. But that's what I would do. But that's what I would do if I was any of these anybody that in pop culture. I would go get me to go sit in the courtroom. But then again, I know who I am. But you know, like I said, that benefits me more than anything else. They saying Johnny dating his lawyer, yeah, because she a cutie and she be all over him. He's Johnny Depp, man. There was a period of time where my two favorite actors, and I still believe two of the finest actors of my generation, is Denzel Washington and Johnny Depp. Boom. They're the two finest actors of my generation. I don't know what to tell you. And Will Smith is not a good actor. I don't want people to keep saying that shit. He's not a good actor. We just like Will Smith. He's literally plays Will Smith every role. He's just Will Smith. Don't tell me Will Smith is a good actor. We just like Will Smith. Robert Downey Jr. is good. Yes, Robert Downey Jr. is good at playing Robert Downey Jr. because that's basically all he does. But he's good at it. I agree. He's great at it. He's great at playing Robert Downey Jr. I'm not gonna lie to you. We at the 48-minute mark. Anything y'all want to talk about, put it in the comment section. He's great at playing Robert Downey Jr. Tell me, my dude, when he does okay, so one of my favorite, and I'm so mad. This is the one thing that pisses me off about the MCU. We didn't get a Sherlock Holmes Part 3. That's the only thing I'm mad about the MCU about. Only thing. For everybody that don't know, Robert Downey Jr. was doing the Sherlock Holmes movie around the times that Iron Man dropped, and they didn't do a Sherlock Holmes 3. I really wanted them to, but they didn't. I love the Sherlock Holmes movies. I wanted them to keep doing them. I wish they would have did like 8 or 9 of them bitches. But listen and pay attention. He did Iron Man instead with the MCU, and I'm very happy he did that. But I hope he goes back to do the Sherlock Holmes now that he's free. With that being said, or they could bring him back to Marvel multi-universe. Fuck that shit. Anyway, so look, listen, pay attention. So yeah, Jon Favreau gave him a shot for real. Because okay, so God dang it, I was already answering something else. Robert Downey Jr. is good at playing Robert Downey Jr. I appreciate him. Jon Favreau gave him a shot because talent is talent. Sometimes all people need is to get in the right opportunity to be able to shine. You see talent, you know what talent look like. We all know what talent look like. It's whether, you know, we all know what talent look like. We like Robert Downey Jr. He doesn't have to be the greatest thespian. We like him. There's actors that aren't good actors, but we don't like them. So we like when they're in the movie playing the villain because we just don't like them. So we like to see them lose. Get it? Robert Downey Jr., not a great actor. Fucking, do you know anybody else that could have did, okay, not anybody else could have did Iron Man, right? But Tom Cruise could have did Iron Man. You don't think Tom Cruise couldn't have been Tony Stark? Hold on, slow down. I want to say something real quick. No disrespect, and we're going to get back to our conversation. But you don't think Tom Cruise could have been Tony Stark? I think Tom Cruise could have been Tony Stark. Hell, I think fucking Cumberbatch could have also been Tony Stark. Not as good as Robert Downey Jr. Do not get this confused. But they could have been Tony Stark. Tell me somebody else that could have fucking do Jack Sparrow. I'll wait. You can't even recast Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow literally does not exist. He's literally Johnny Depp. The character does not exist nowhere else. The fucking Pirates of the Caribbean movie comes from a ride. It's a fucking ride in Disney World. It didn't come from a movie, a cartoon. It didn't come from a book. It's just a ride. They said, let's do a movie on that ride. They got Johnny Depp. He made fucking Jack Sparrow. Then they off to the races. Denzel Washington. Johnny Depp. Two of the greatest actors of my generation. And Amber Heard, people should just be allowed to smack her. Could women just be allowed to smack Amber Heard? Because I'm just so mad. We don't have Jack Sparrow no more because of her. That bitch. Also, go watch Chip and Dale on Disney Plus. For everybody that don't know, watch it with your kids. Also, link in the description. Go down into the description. You can go to the BBN shop. Go cop your merch. We got pillows. Also, these things are on other. Also, these things are on other things like mugs and shirts and all types of shit. Just go to the BBN store. You'll be able to cop your BBN merch. Let's get back to the conversation. I want to say something real quick, and I want to be extremely transparent. You trying to tell me Thug knew that the cops was on him all of this time and he was committing crimes the way that he was committing crimes? So he didn't care who else he was getting involved in all of these crimes he was committing? He didn't care which rappers, if he did do anything illegal with any rappers. He didn't care which rappers that he got caught up in any of this? Are you trying to tell me that Thug knew the feds was on him since 2015? I'm asking. Because if they knew that the dude was a rat, if they knew the dude was a plant, then they know that he was a plant for the feds then, right? So he knew he had to know the feds was on him since 2015. So if he knew the feds was on him since 2015 and he was committing all of these crimes, that means he was putting people in the fuck positions. If he knew the feds was on him since 2015, every time he called the rapper, he gave the feds the opportunity to be able to tap that rapper's line. What the fuck? So you trying to tell me that this is the type of time dude was on? I'm not saying he was. I don't know what to tell you, and I'm not trying to bash anybody. But I'm saying if he knew that the feds was on him since 2015, then he also knew that the feds was watching him and anybody they considered to be one of his associates and or business partners. Who would be a business partner with you? If you're a rapper and you do an album with somebody, could y'all be considered business partners? If you're a rapper and you're spending time in the studio with somebody, could y'all be considered business partners? If you're a Nobody ever wondered why Atlanta was blowing up? Nobody ever wondered why every other city closed down during the situation with C-14, C-19 except for Atlanta? Tori Mosley said, if my phone is tapped and I don't tell you, then I'm part of the program. Sounds about right. Said Morgan Freeman can't duplicate his voice. Agreed. No, there's people that do Morgan Freeman impersonations. So Fat Joe and 6ix9ine is beefing. This is gonna be funny. I'm here for this. I'm here for this because I know nothing's gonna come of it and it's gonna be fun. Fat Joe and 6ix9ine is beefing. I'm here for this. I'm here for this. I know this is gonna be fun. Nobody's gonna try to kill each other. I'm here for this. I'm here for the Fat Joe 6ix9ine beefing. Shout out to Miss Fearless. Yeah, if your phone is tapped and you don't tell the person. So imagine all of the different opportunities the feds probably had to be able to get on the jack with people, to be able to get on people's lines, to be able to tap other people's phones. I'm just saying. I'm not even trying to be funny with it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Tori Mosley said if Act posted, then that says 6ix9ine already gave him the okay. I'm trying to tell you, 6ix9ine should pull right up on Jack Frost and say, look, Jack, you did my case. I hate those niggas. I want to send you to Atlanta so you could do the case and expose these niggas because you good at doing that court shit. Boom. Everybody already know that you got that shit on rap. Boom. And then I go pull up. And you gotta get me security though, because I don't know how niggas gonna feel about this shit. Because I'm gonna be fair as hell, but I don't know. You know how I do. I'm gonna be fair. I be so fair, people be like, you be advocating for gang street violence. I'm like, I'm never advocating for street violence, man. But you're not going to tell me to just throw my brothers and sisters away because they were misled. We're not going to do that. You're not going to tell me you're going to throw the misled away. You telling me they just bad people and they got something got to be done. All right, I got you. But we're not just throwing away people that got misled by the bad people. We gonna see if we can reach them first. Copy? That time. That type of time. Tori Mosley says Young Thug probably used the dress to distract. Young Thug threw his dress like a cape. You know, hold on. I'm going to tell you something that you might not know. You know, one of the reasons why Batman has a cape, right? Yeah, that would be dope. You wonder, I think the people that was going to send me down there don't fuck with me no more. You know, one of the reasons why Batman has a cape, right? Is because you know how a matador swings his cape to distract the bull. That's one of the reasons why Batman has the cape. So while he's fighting, he throws the cape up. You could lose vision of what he's doing. So then by the time the cape goes down, he's already making a movement, and you can't necessarily see exactly what he's doing. And so therefore, you're caught off guard. That's one of the things. That's one of the things that I don't understand why they don't use that in live action. Like, that's a thing. Like, I don't understand. Yo, they like, what the fuck, yo? Like, that's a thing. Another thing is, you know why his jump offs got those. That's so he could fight people with knives and swords. Why is that not a thing in the fucking live action? You don't understand how angry I am that they don't do that shit right. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about real quick. I'm on my shit right now. I know we're gonna get back to this conversation. Hold on. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Like, they don't do it right, man. Like, what the fuck, yo? Look, they even took him off of his gloves as of late. They don't even be using them on the gloves no more. Like, stop that shit. Put them back on the gloves. We gotta get an old Batman so I can show you what I'm talking about. Here we go. You see these shits right there on his gloves? Those are so that Batman can fight if you got knives and swords. That's what that shit is for. So he could catch him and then he could he could break the sword inside of the damn thing. So he could deflect it and he could catch it and break. That's what I want to see them do shit like that in live action. Like, what the fuck, yo? Like, these guys, man, like, could we use some imagination, yo? No, please, no, don't try to show me anything, Potent TV. Believe me, I'm fine not having any input from your perspective. I'm fine with you putting your perspective in the chat, but I'm not going to be taking any of your input of your perspective. I'm seeing the comments that you're making. I'm fine with having a conversation with you. Shout out to Jay Hedges. Somebody was saying something earlier. Let me see something. Was that you? No, it was somebody else. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, no, I don't like talking to people that even talk like that. But look, I'm not kicking people who's annoying me. Boom, see? Growth. I do want to say this. They put Gunna's trial January 3rd, 2023. They want to start that shit at the beginning of the year. Young Thug at some point is going to go and they're going to give him his date. I'm assuming they're going to try him at the same time. Right? I'm assuming they're going to try him at the same time. I'm assuming. They literally want to start the year off. Okay, so when does YF and Lucci trial start? YF and Lucci trial is about to start, right? In a couple of months or some shit, right? Like that, right? I expect YF and Lucci trial is probably going to be about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe. It shouldn't be that long, right? He has a couple of trials, right? They're about to lock up the drug cartel people in Atlanta, right? We've been seeing the DEA speaking about that. So I want to explain something real quick for everybody that don't get what's going on. Who arrested Young Thug initially? The first RICO is GBI. Then they have the arrest that happened with the guns and the drugs. I don't even know who's in charge of that particular. It might be the DEA. If it's the DEA, it makes sense. Because the DEA is now going public saying that they're going after the cartels. Oh, no, don't. Shout out to Virginia with the $20 drop. She said for the Young Thug. She said for the Young Thug coverage fund. No, do not send Young. We're not gonna do it like that. If we're gonna actually put something together like that, let's all talk about it and discuss it and come to it. Don't just send me money for that, okay? I don't want to give nobody no random. If you just want to do a drop, just do a drop. I even open the saloon and we can have some fun. But I don't want you to send me any money on any false pretenses. That's all. I don't want you to send me anything under false pretenses. Just so we could be clear. I do want to go down there and cover it. I would love to go down to Atlanta and cover it. I think that that'll be a win. I was talking to somebody about it recently. But like I said, I think I don't know. I don't know what happened. I haven't heard back from them, so I don't know what that's gonna be about. But I would definitely, that would be also January 3rd, so it'll be all the way next year. So there's a lot of time to think about the possibility of that, just so we can be clear. I don't really have no false pretenses about nothing. Tori Mosley said everybody in rap moved to Atlanta the last few years, not knowing the feds had all the rappers' phones tapped and welcomed them with open arms. We clap it up in the chat for Tori Mosley, hitting it out of the park. We clap it up in the chat for Tori Mosley, hitting it out of the park. How would you feel? I want anybody that want to comment on this. You can even put the rapper name. How would you feel if you was a rapper and you found out that Young Thug knew that the feds might have been on him since 2015, and you are a person that he's been doing business with? How would you feel? Put it in the chat. I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm going to go show you something also while you're doing the talk. I'll be right back. So I bought these shits, right? Funny story. Very funny story. So I bought these shits the other day, right? They got like the BOGO sale going on, right? So boom, I'm gonna show you what these are. Shout out to Informants. So they got like the BOGO sale going on, right? Boom. So it's like $4 or whatever for one of these shits. And then, so I bought this thing, right? So boom. I have never had any of that. I've never had it before, but I've always wanted it, right? Always wanted the shits, but I never had it. I always walk past it like, I'll wait for it to go on sale. I don't know how they are. I don't want to buy them for the full price, and I might not even like them shits. And I don't even care. Anyway, so boom. So I go there and buy them today. I finally get them and bring them to the crib. I forgot what day I bought them. I think I bought them last week. Anyway, so I finally looked and saw them after I bought them. So I was like, oh man, I forgot. Let me see how these things taste. I open it up, I take a bite out of it, and I'm like, this shit is delicious. But I'm just not in the mood for a brownie right now. So then I this shit I go and put it. What in the hell? That made no, I was really pissed off I did that shit. I just opened up and I was like, but I'm not in the mood for a brownie. Why didn't I wait for me to be mooded for a brownie? So I would want to know, like, would you be upset? Because at this point, he knew that the feds was on him. Niggas killed the snitch. Wait, hold on. Didn't I tell you that's the main reason why no one should kill Tekashi 6ix9ine? Hold on. Stop. Stop everything. Didn't I tell you that that's the main reason why nobody... I said, I hope nobody do nothing to Tekashi. Didn't y'all hear me say that? I was like, oh, man... All y'all keep talking about something that happened to 6ix9ine. Oh, no, they don't do nothing to him. If y'all do something to him, the feds is going to be all over y'all. They going to lock everybody up. Y'all don't remember I was saying that for years. Now, you know the judge that they said that he had to go in front of for the bond or whatever? Who isn't to say that isn't not just the judge that was signing the paperwork off? Who isn't to say that wasn't the judge that was involved in this whole situation in the first place with the first snitch? Y'all saying that this dude is a snitch. If that dude OG Nut was a snitch, I don't know if he's a snitch, and I'm not saying he is. But if the dude OG Nut was a snitch, that means most likely he was working with somebody that was working with a judge. They don't go work with a million judges. You're an agent, and you got that judge that fucks with you and gets you the shit that you need to get. When you need something, you go fuck with your judge. Your judge go sign off on the shit that you need. Tell me where the fuck I'm wrong. We see, man, I'm not talking about this shit. I be telling people stuff. Don't want to pay no attention. I don't know. Fat Joe fell for the bait, especially with the feds all over Bronx rappers right now. No, I think Fat Joe and Tekashi beefing is okay. Because Fat Joe ain't gonna go out there doing nothing to Tekashi. He's not stupid. This is safe for Tekashi to beef. Be able to be on the internet going back and forth with somebody. It's just safe. You understand what I'm saying? This is safe for him. I think it's a good move. And I think it's a good move for Joe. Because Joe told, he warned Tekashi. and Tekashi didn't heed his warning. So that's actually a good beat. That's a good beat. That's a good beat. That's a good beat. That's a good beat. I just hope Joe do it more jokingly. That's all. As long as Joe keeps it jokingly, Tekashi could do all of the huffing and puffing, tough guy, I'm really gonna do stuff to you all he wants. As long as Joe just keep it jokingly, just joking, he win. And Tekashi win. Joe just have to keep it jokey for the most part. They both win if he do that. So let's just hope Tekashi don't say or do something that just makes it so Joe really got to be like, all right, look, nigga, you gonna come back to New York at some point. I ain't gonna have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But there's people that love me. You know what I'm saying? There's people that love me, man. You in Miami. I literally live in Miami right now. You understand? They live in Miami. I believe Fat Joe lives in Miami. But he's he probably moved back to New York. He's doing a lot of stuff up here now. Man, screw Wack. Wack might have blew his load. Hassan Campbell, that Hassan Campbell situation is just, I think it's just exploding in Wack on his face. It's just my opinion. I think it's just exploding in his face. I think it's just... You can't have that. You just, sometimes niggas just do shit. You just like, nah. Tory Mosley said, Georgia won the last election with these same leaders. It's not more government involved, and it's usually to make an example of one of them for the midterm re-elections coming up. Well, yeah, they're going to be putting a lot of people in jail, so that's going to work. They're going to be putting a lot of people in jail, so that's going to work. Why not? That's how you get elected, right? The easiest way to get elected is to do something that people can see, quantify. Solve crime, fix crime, build schools, feed kids, kiss babies. These are the things that get you elected. The Zixter says, yes, he fell in the pile of crap with Hassan. You shouldn't be playing with Bronx niggas. Alright, so Wack 100 think he's the super toughest guy. But the real facts is, and I'm not saying this to be disrespectful, I'm not going to say what the real facts is. What do I know the facts to be? There's accusations that are, he was really just a car driver. There's accusations that are, he really wasn't all he's saying that he is. He was just, a tagger on the type motherfucker. That situation with Hassan Campbell made that look more like that might be the truth. And I'm not saying because Hassan Campbell handled the situation so much better than him. I'm saying because how terribly he handled the aftermath of it. You either got to go at Hassan or you have to, I don't know. I think he should have just got off the internet for a couple of days. He could afford it. He should have got off the internet for a couple of days. He should have took a break. He should have. He could have just said that they suspended his account, man. He should have took a break for a couple of days. That's just my opinion. Give it about a week. Maybe 2, depending. He take a break. There's no reason for Hassan to keep going at him. A lot of this shit actually don't come out. A lot of this extra shit came out because he didn't just leave Hassan alone. Tell me where the lie at. Yeah? Of course, Wack 100 is one of those dudes that mess up people's careers behind the scene. Like, you don't even know why people stop fucking with you. But the whole time they stop fucking with you because somebody told a half-truth. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody told a half-truth. So that's the real reason why niggas stop fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas stop fucking with you before niggas stop fucking with you. Niggas stop fucking with you up here before they stop fucking with you up here. Like, I'm going to tell you. So, like, somebody will say something to somebody and give somebody a half-truth. So then after they give that person a half-truth, now that person don't deal with you fairly no more. You understand what I'm saying? Now, every time they have an interaction with you, they're either purposely doing things to try to set you off, or they're purposely, like, overtaking shit ways that they know you don't really mean it that way, but they just over. So you can't even have a fair transaction with the person, so the relationship dissolves. You understand what I'm saying? That's what Wack 100 does. So I am not really... I don't feel bad for him. That's what he does. That's what he was doing to Hassan Campbell. He was telling Hassan Campbell shit about other people behind the scenes, so that when Hassan Campbell walked up on these people and spoke to him, he would treat them in a way so they wouldn't be able to have a genuine a connection. You understand what I'm saying? That's fucking narcissistic shit. That's what niggas do. Zixta says, I'm not mad at Hassan though, because Wack was out of hand for no reason. Look, Wack 100, I just told you what he do. That's what he does. It's not, I could tell y'all so much shit, but then I gotta tell you how I know. And I don't want to do that. But I'm telling you, right now, man, this is what he does. He tells people shit to make it so that you can't have a genuine connection with the next motherfucker. So now when that motherfucker's interacting with you and he trying to have a genuine, or she trying to have a genuine interaction with you, you already biased one way or the other. Because he's already met that person before you met that person and gave them information. Or he's met that person on the side when you wasn't around, told them something, and then said, don't tell that person. They just going to deny it. Yeah, well, I would deny something I didn't do also. Or you could do this. You could have the person saying something, tape it, and then misappropriate what the conversation was about. So now you busy saying, see, I told you the person is saying this. Yeah, but you didn't tell them about the part where y'all was just arguing for 10 minutes and that person is not their normal self and this person is their angry self. You're not talking about that part. You're making it seem like when this person is their angry self that this is the normal way in which they are, which isn't the truth. So you're misrepresenting the whole entire situation. So this is what people do. So you just got to be mindful when people are talking to you sometimes. And sometimes we're going to fall for the trap. But when we're mindful, you're going to understand, you're not really trying to give me information. You're trying to emotionally, manipulate me. You're not trying to give me information. You're trying to emotionally make me decide that I dislike somebody for a reason that you dislike them. Interesting. Tori Mosey says, acting 6ix9ine haven't been around Wack since Honey exposed them. Neither has Gillian Wallow. Wack 100. I don't know how true that is. Just so we can be clear. I would behoove anyone you have to be mindful when you have a person around you that operates the way that Wack 100 operates. Because the person really cannot be trusted. It's just at that moment in time when you're dealing with them, they don't have anything that you want. Or they need you in order to reach a goal. So often people aren't friendly with an individual because they're friends with them. They're friendly with them because there's advantages of knowing them. When Wack 100 got exposed as being an individual who was doing what he was doing, there's a good chance that the advantages in which they was being afforded evaporated. So therefore, the acquaintances shit with him, the acquaintances with him, their reasons for having an acquaintance with him, therefore it doesn't exist anymore. Check this out. Wack 100 is busy saying that Jim Jones is a snitch, Jim Jones is a snitch, Jim Jones is a snitch. That's what Wack 100 is saying. But he's literally working for, he's the person's manager, so he's working for Tekashi 69, the most famous hip-hop snitch probably in the history of hip-hop. I don't even understand why people be taking the guy seriously. I don't get it. I just don't get it. So I just be entertained. I don't get it. What the fuck? So I just be entertained. I don't get it. It seems like they needed somebody to do that job. And the person they wanted to use, they just didn't use. And they tried to plug and play Wack. That's what it seems like happened. They just tried to plug and play him. And it just didn't work out the way they wanted it to work out. I had to plug something in. That's what I think happened. But no, I wouldn't. First of all, Gillie and Wallow, they can't mess with Wack no more, I don't think. After what Wack said about them, Gillie and Wallow they Philly niggas. It might be on site. Not even on no jokey shit. Like, you don't know. Might be on site. Nigga said that the nigga said that he's extorting them niggas. I'm not saying they gonna shoot the nigga or nothing like that, but that nigga might get swung on. He might be on site. Nigga, you telling people behind our backs that you... Imagine how many people he told he extorting them. You understand? Imagine how many people he had a conversation with and was like, nah, you know, we got them niggas. We got some shit. We got some dirt on them niggas. Imagine how many people he had that conversation with. That's what I keep trying to explain to people. Okay, so there's a story, right? Guy owns a store. One day, he catches his cashier who's been working there for 10 years stealing. Should he fire her? Only caught her stealing once. Should he fire her? So that's the kind of conundrum. You understand? That's the type of decision-making process it is. Me, I say yeah. You want to know why? I say yeah because that's the first time you caught her. That doesn't mean it's the first time she did it. She probably been stealing from you from the gate. That's just the first time you caught her. It's been 10 years. So this is the first time they caught Wack talking crazy about Gillie and Wallow. You know how many other people probably called Gillie and Wallow up after the fact? Like, yo, this nigga Wack was talking crazy. Like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, yo, I heard he said that. I heard he said some shit like that about you. Somebody just, even though they know they probably told them and shit. Yo, yeah. And then, you know, basically co-signing the fact that Wack 100 is walking around talking about, you got these niggas extorted. Like, what the fuck is we doing over here? Like, what is we really talking about? What is we really talking about? What is we really talking about? Quite honestly. I just want to stop in the show for a second. I just want to say, I want to say that I'm thankful. I feel I'm very thankful. God has been showing up in my life a lot lately. I've had a very good day. I've had my life is had a lot of lessons. Some I've learned, some I'm still learning. I just want to say, just want to take a minute to just give all praise to the Most High. I just appreciate Him being in my life. I appreciate Him walking for me in the moments that I couldn't walk. I appreciate everything that He's done for me, everything He's doing for me, everything He will do. And I just hope to be able to live up to the mold that He created. I appreciate you guys. In other words, not everybody can start a YouTube channel. I gotta be thankful. I'm grateful. Not only did I start a YouTube channel, but apparently there's been at least 15 to 20 other people that tried to start channels off of hating my channel. And there's at least 5 or 6 people that's started pretty decent channels that work in conjunction with me. And there's at least 2 channels that are doing great. So I have a little tiny small area of YouTube. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. And thank you for being with me on my journey. And for the times that there's miscommunications, misunderstandings, I have to be better, but I have to be better. Be who you are. Do what you want to do. But I have to be better. In any regard, all praise is due to the Most High. I'm just extremely blessed. And I worry too much. Zixer says, peace and love, y'all. Always real with you, Jack. Salute. Gotta work in the AM. Morning coffee gonna be lit. No, wait, hold on. Morning coffee might not be any morning coffee tomorrow. Reason being is, I got a thing that I was supposed to do today. I did not go do the thing today. I think I'm gonna go early tomorrow. So I think I'm going to go so early that there will not be a morning coffee. So there will most likely not be a morning coffee tomorrow. I'm very sorry about that. Because I was going to go do the thing today. I was going to go do the thing today. And I just realized that if I would have actually went out to go do it when I was going to go do it, it was going to be an all day thing. But if I go do the thing in the morning, then it's not an all day thing. You know how that works. Like some things, if you go do it in the morning, it's over quick. You understand what I'm saying? But if you go try to start the shit in the afternoon, you ain't gonna get back to tomorrow. It's like one of those things. Oh, shout out to the Arctic D Glass. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. If y'all want to talk about anything else, any other topics, put it in the chat. So that's why there might not be a show tomorrow, just so we could be clear. Now look, Joe Biden says the U.S. would defend Taiwan if China invaded. There's a war going on. I've been told y'all there's a global war going on, and it's been going on. We just don't know about it here in America. There's a global war going on, and it's been going on, I promise you. These attacks that's happening in our communities, I wouldn't be surprised if that's part of the freaking war effort to keep America distracted. They can't get actual fucking their troops over here on our land. So what they do is they go get the people in America that's already batshit crazy to go do shit like shoot up supermarkets. Yeah, this is basically what my Instagram is. I just watch women dancing on Instagram mostly. Sometimes I get the news. I generally just watch women exercising and dancing on Instagram. Every once in a while I get the news. Every once in a while I get the news. And then I come across a photo like this. I'm a funny guy. And I'd be like, I follow too many chicks already. I'd be like, should I follow? I'm like, I follow too many broads already. So then I'll go look. And the first thing I check to see is it a real account. If you got like a shitload, like you got like 20, 30,000, I'm like, all right, it's a real account. I'd be like, all right, let me look. Boom. I'd be like, all right. And the first thing I'm going to find is it really the same person? Right? And then I go for the, okay, so is this person having a good time? Okay, so they're having some fun. See her, she's going to get a follow. Because if she has more than one dog, I'm probably going to follow. If she has more than one dog photo, that means she got a dog. I'm probably going to follow. Oh, she got more than one dog photo. I'm probably going to follow. I'm a dog guy. El Salvador. Yeah, I like them. Yeah, that's that. I got to follow too many chicks on this. And if you got hips, I'm probably gonna follow you. If you got hips and you got a nice smile, you got a dog, I'm probably gonna follow you. Why there's so many distractions coming back to back? Okay, so one of the reasons, do y'all remember? Yo, what up, Juro? Chillin', you already know. Do y'all remember when I told y'all? I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, that's what it is. Appreciate you. Always appreciate you. You already know what it is. I'm trying to be a little bit more friendly with my comments because people be getting offended when I go full Jack Frost. You're never supposed to go full Jack Frost. When I go full Jack Frost, people get offended. You're never supposed to go full Jack Frost. So I'm going to try not to go full Jack Frost anymore. I do not know how successful I'm going to be. So I'm going to try not to go full, unless it's called for. But generally speaking, I'm going to try not to go full Jack Frost. Boom, Juro, appreciate you. See, people don't understand people from the Bronx, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, generally speaking, man. Not me from the Bronx, man. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm up for talking about anything. I see I'm just bullshitting right now. If I had food, man, that's the problem. See, now this is the time of the show I want to eat now. I'm getting I'm getting normal. Like usually I eat like all day. So I'm hungry now. I haven't eaten like right before the show I ate something. Right before the show I had a whole plate of food. I'm hungry right now though. I need something to eat. What the fuck, yo? That's why I lose weight like crazy when I don't eat. Like I'm hungry all day, like for real. Like I'm always hungry. Like I don't know. Like this is the best way I could explain it. I've been fortunate enough to have been active my whole life, like always working out, always doing stuff. So my metabolism is always on go. All I gotta do is eat something to get this shit sparked. Once I get that shit sparked, that shit on go. What y'all want to talk about? We talked about the Gunna. I told y'all none of these dudes was gonna get bond. That's why I didn't want to actually go all the way, spend the whole entire conversation talking about how they wasn't going to get bond. We already knew they wasn't going to get bond. That's why I wanted to actually build on the conversation instead of just talk about the opposite, opposing end of the conversation. Wait, it's looking grim for YSL? Yeah, none of YSL's all of the bad things. YSL's in trouble, man. That's why I want people to be honest and logical, because y'all selling these kids dreams every time y'all make these kids think that these rappers is gonna get out of these impossible situations. These situations is impossible situations to get out of. Could we please just start being honest to the kids? Could we please stop trying to always play devil's advocate with life and death situations? Could we just teach the lesson? Could this stop being about how we're going to make Jack Frost angry? Could this stop being about, I'm going to wait for Jack Frost to say a thing so I could just say the opposite? And if could it be about saving the kids? Could it be more important to the message that we're going to get out to the children? Could that be more important than just coming on here just saying the opposite of what I'm saying? Could the message going out to the children be more important than just debating somebody? Niggas be wanting to spend all their time debating. Why? Can't we just get the message, curate the message, and then give the message to the children? Get the messages. Grow the message, feed the message, nurture the message. Make sure that the message is composed in a digestible bite. Something that the generation will be able to assimilate. And then could we give that message to the children? Do the children always have to see somebody trying to say, look, we got to stop doing the thing because these are the consequences? We don't have to have pushback on that. Why would we have to have pushback on somebody saying we have to stop committing crimes? I literally come on here to try to say we have to stop committing crimes. That's why I be incredulous. I can't understand all the pushback I get when all I be trying to say is we have to stop committing crimes. I don't understand the pushback. I don't understand why when I say we have to stop committing crimes, why it has to be a conversation about why the criminal should be able to get away or why it's okay to commit the crime. I don't understand. Anyway. This is what, that's why I be getting broken. I gotta understand, some of this shit that make my brain hurt, for real. Yeah, some of this stuff makes my brain hurt, for real. I be like, what in the hell? What's going on? What up, Dorian Smith? I'm like, what in the hell is going on? I'm trying to have a conversation over here where we could try to encourage the youth to get away from crime. If we have a situation where we're trying to encourage the kids to get away from crime, if you don't have something to help, could you just not say nothing? That's what I'm saying. If we're having a conversation about trying to inform kids and trying to inform the people that's out there in the youth and just people in general how to, why they need to stop committing crimes. If you don't have anything to add to that, could you just not say nothing? That's what I'm asking. There's no reason to try to tell the kids how they could, why? Y'all have no idea how this shit just breaks my brain. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't know. I don't understand shit sometimes. to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes I just don't understand shit. I don't know. First ship them dope and let them deal with the brothers. Give them guns, step back and watch them kill each other. Yep. Tupac. Artie D. Glasses, positivity always gets so much work back than the devil's work. I agree with you. Juro says, that's what Huey said, 2 shots in the dark. Now Huey's dead. Got love for my brother, but can we never go nowhere unless we share with each other? We gotta start making a change. Tupac, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's one of the songs I love playing on the train loud. Like whenever I go somewhere and I got my radio, my music with me, and we're in a really diverse area. Like I'm somewhere that's diverse. Like you got a lot of different cultures. There's just certain artists that you should play if you're a hip hop guy. Tupac is one. Especially Changes, yeah, Dear Mama. These are songs I like playing when I'm in the public somewhere with and I'm around a menagerie of different types of people, different races and everything. Like, just different people. You know, gotta play Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So I play Tupac. I try to find something Biggie, Jay-Z. I'm gonna start trying to drop some. I can't do it over here where I live because they say the N-word in a lot of those songs. And I had a lady come up to me and complain that, and I'm not trying to go at the lady or nothing like that, but I had a lady come up to me and complain about my music, like, and it just made me feel away. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I think she was just being pedantic, but even more to the point, it's like, don't try to make it seem like stuff I'm doing, I'm getting in somebody's way or I'm doing something. You understand what I'm saying? That's like people make me feel like so shout out to her. I'm just gonna avoid her. Like for real. Shout out to her. No hard feelings. I don't got nothing against you. I don't want no harm to you or nothing like that. I'm not mad at you or nothing like that. I'm just gonna make sure I avoid you. That was just unnecessary. And just so we could be clear, it's not even the whole way she came to talk to me was just like fucked up. Like she came and said, "Do you mind turning down that music?" And so she said that to me, and I was filming that day, so I'm thinking to myself, "Shit, I should turn the music down because then they could hear us playing basketball and you could hear us talking." So I'm thinking that to myself. So I turned like that to go look at the camera, and she said, "I'm talking to you. Don't look away." I'm like some shit like that. I was like, "Oh shit!" I said, "Wait, hold on. I'm done with this." I turned the music off. I was like, "Nope, you're never gonna have to have a reason to talk to me again." She was like, "You didn't have to turn it. I'm good. Don't worry, it's off. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't want no problems. I don't want no problems. I don't want no situations. I don't want nothing. I want 0 things. The music is off. When you said the thing, like, it was off. It's done. Don't worry about it. I don't got no problems with you or nothing." But generally speaking, when I go out in public and I play my music, when I'm playing basketball, obviously I'm not looking at every song and hitting every song so I can put on directly what I want. So I just have a mix. But when I'm like on the train or somewhere, I'm able to look at and I could put every individual song. Tupac's one of the people I try to put. I try to play Changes. I try to play Dear Mama. As far as Jay-Z goes, I try to play inspirational stuff. I try to play everything from Nas, if Nas, Kanye, everybody that didn't hear that, everything. And those are just songs I like hitting. There's a couple of other songs too that I specifically like hitting. I like hitting that Khaled song where you're talking about God. Blinding Lights, pardon me, I like hitting that. That one song that this dude made that was good. No, there's a lot of dope rappers, but what I'm saying is that there's certain rappers that everyone knows. Like everybody knows Tupac. I'll be able to throw Tupac on damn near anywhere in the world, and people will know who Tupac is. People are gonna know who Biggie is. Their voice, whoever. You know, you throw in Immortal Technique places, people don't necessarily know who he is. I'm not saying that his quality of his content isn't as good. I'm saying when I go certain places and I'm around people, I like to show the I like to play music that everybody could enjoy. So I like to try to find songs that everybody know. You know, makes sense. And you know, if I can't find music everybody enjoy, I go get a song that people could relate to and try to play those. But I try to play songs people everybody could enjoy. Like I listen to a lot of, not a lot of, but I listen to a couple of people make fun of Nickelback, but I like Nickelback songs. There's a couple of other rock bands. I like Green Day too. There's a couple of people I like, and I'll play their songs every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Depends on where you at. Oh, appreciate you. Well, when I'm in public and I'm playing music, I want to play what other people want to hear as much as I want to play stuff that I want to hear. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm in public and I'm playing a certain type of music and I see a couple of people probably vibing to it, I'll probably play two or three more of that. I probably go in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably go play a couple of verses and just play like a minute of this song, 30 seconds of that song, a minute and 20 seconds of that song, and just keep like spinning through a couple of songs that's the same energy. You understand what I'm saying? So we create a vibe. So yeah, so that's what I'll be doing. I think so. Yeah. Yeah, so I just wish she would have just, not for nothing. I just wish that the lady would have just, like, we don't have to try to dominate each other. Like, us as black people, we don't have to try to dominate each other. Like, we could come to each other with, you know, sugar and honey rather than vinegar. You know, we could come to each other and, you know, just because we're gonna tell the other person something that they might not want to hear, that doesn't mean that we have to say it aggressive. That doesn't mean that we can't come and talk to the person like a human being. You feel me? I just felt like she came up to me and she didn't want to talk to me like a human being. She just, you know, and you keep that energy over there. Shout out to you though. I want you to win, just not at my expense. Wait, what? I talked about this? When did I talk about this? I probably did talk about this. How long ago did I talk about this? I don't know if I talked about this or not. Anyway, so victims of a Surfside apartment collapse reached a $997 million settlement. What the fuck? So everybody in that apartment is rich out of their minds. Victims of this is in Miami, Dade County in Miami. Victims of the Surfside apartment complex reached $997 million settlement. That's crazy. That's bananas. You know how in the wrong they had to be for them to decide to give those people $1 billion? They just basically gave those. They just basically. Who was the law firm? Whoever that law firm is, I need to hire those guys. They can do me pro bono. They don't need money anymore. Whoever was on that case got a promotion. I promise you. What the fuck? That's just bananas. I don't know no way to tell you. That's bananas. That's bananas. I wish I had. I don't got no bread. I wish I had bread. Now I want something. I want to make French toast. Oh, so I actually talked about this. Shout out to Miss Fearless. I'm calling you out because you're one of the great producers that we have on this show. Since the discussion was that we were having was the building had all kinds of violation and had a new owner maybe a year before this happened. And I was saying, could they sue the new owners? Right? Because they just bought the building. That's what I was saying? Here go a picture of Nicki Minaj and a baby in a baby daddy and a baby. Nicki Minaj, her baby daddy, and a baby. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he don't have to do any of this stuff. Oh, he can't even be on the internet like that because of the situation. Damn. Yeah, that's insane. The guy's got $1 billion because the building collapsed. I'm looking around at the house I'm in right now. That's crazy. They got $1 billion, yo. That's bananas. That's bananas. They must have just. Maybe it was a fake sale. Maybe they didn't really sell it. Maybe they just made it look like they sold it on paper, but they really just sold it to a company that they owned already also. Maybe that's what happened. Mm. I don't know. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I'm getting hungry. Just ate. I ate right before the fucking show started. I swear, yo. I could go for some. I really want to make some French toast. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could go for some French toast. Or some blueberry waffles. Nah, I want the French toast. I want some French toast. I gotta go get some bread. I haven't been buying bread because I've been trying not to buy bread because bread is bad. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna eat French toast. Damn it. I'm trying to cut down on the shit that's not good for me to eat. But I'm also eating more, so I don't know what to tell you. But y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Oh yeah, so Old Block is a tourist attraction now. I can't let y'all hear what they're saying because they're playing the song. So some chicks pulled up to Old Block to take pictures at the mural, and then some guys from Old Block took them inside of Old Block so they could walk around inside the building. They probably banged both of those broads. You know how many random strangers that's going and pulling up on Old Block is probably getting piped out by these guys? Also, if you're a pretty woman, you could literally go almost anywhere as long as they don't got rapists there and get everything you want. Like when you handsome or you pretty, life just has a way of just making shit work out for you. I don't know what to tell you. This is a fact. Things are gonna work out for me. I'm just being funny. I'm not that into myself. But life is gonna work out for me. What y'all want to talk about, man? If we don't got nothing to talk about, I'm gonna get something to eat. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, I got tricks. I want something hot though. Do I want something hot? I don't know. Gotta stop eating right before I go to bed. I think I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm hungry. I'm not even focusing on the chat at this point. Everybody, just have a great day. We already talked about the discussion. I'm sorry that we're getting off the live early. Tomorrow I have a thing that I'm gonna do. I'm probably not gonna be pulling up to morning coffee because I got a thing that I gotta do and I gotta get it out of the way in the morning, and it's actually really important, and I should have did it today. With that being said, everybody, just have a beautiful day. Just enjoy your night. If you got anybody still awake in your household, give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they're still here. Also, when you wake up in the morning, also before you go to bed tonight, and when you wake up in the morning, make sure you have a glass of water. They have different properties, or they have different advantages. Drinking it in the night, and when you have drinking in the water, they're both attributes that we want to have. So make sure that you do that. Also, when you're helping anybody else be the best them that they could be in that moment, you being the best you that you could be. So go out there and be great. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bones. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one.